Hi, I'm Jason Matthews with Matthews Painting Company in Warsaw, Indiana. We continue our tutorial videos that we show all of our new employees who we train to become professional painters. This is part 2 on how to cut in a line. Cut in referring to brushing a straight line. I almost lost that. You always have to have a little oops in the videos. But if you have not seen part 1, where we have 7 principles that we spell out that are important, and when you learn how to cut in lines, I would go back and watch that on our YouTube page and you will find that. But this is part 2. We're going to be using black, and we're just in the corner of one of our shops here. That's why you kind of see all this crazy stuff going on. But I've gone ahead and I've drawn just a pencil line, which would kind of mimic like a ceiling line or having to cut in or brush along a piece of trim. I also did a little challenge here. I might even do a circle for you just to kind of have some fun. I have to have fun once in a while. But when we come in, we talked about slapping your paint. That packs the brush. We don't want to just wipe off the edge because you're taking all that paint right there out of your brush. You want to be able to have that in your brush so that you can get further per dip. That'll save you a lot of time. But if we can have the camera come in, we're going to go ahead and actually put some paint on the wall here. So when we start out brushing, I like to take a little bit of excess off the brush, a little bit away from the line, about 1/4 inch. Then I like to come in, if you notice I'm flexing the bristles, and I'm looking about a 1/2 inch down on my brush. I am moving just a little slower for the sake of the camera. And I'm just dropping at the waist. You'll notice that on the video. I'm controlling my breathing, which is also on video 1. Here my line goes a little bit left. And that's how you put a straight line on a vertical piece of trim if you're coming down against that trim. I'm going to go back in the bucket here. Now these corners can be difficult. Let's say you're coming up into the corner of a wall where it meets a ceiling. Again, I'm going to get a little bit of paint off my brush. Now these corners, I have just found it best to use that angular tip to kind of get up into that corner. If you notice, that's looking pretty good, good 45-degree angle. Now I'm going to come back up here and practice my cut-in technique. I'm flexing those bristles, pushing the paint up to the line, leaning at the waist. Usually I'm not talking, so I can control my breathing just a little bit more. And now if you notice, we brushed those brush marks out. Yes, they're looking streaky because this is just a test, but you don't want to have brush marks looking like that. We call those stop and goes in this company. You want to go from one end to the other so they look really nice. And if you're in the middle of a wall, you can be moving the brush when you come in and out, so those also can level down and look pretty decent. I will do one more line. This time I'll be on the left side as if I was standing on the left side of trim. We can bring in the camera really close on this one. I'm going to empty some paint. Notice the angle of my handle right now. If the camera could pull back a little and look at the angle. I'm not way out here. I'm not trying to use the tip for a line because I'll run out of paint. Again, if I'm on the left side, that handle is right there facing at my right shoulder. And then I'll go fast just to show you what our typical speed is. And again, that's just a pencil line, and that's just to show you a little sample of what it looks like to cut in or paint a straight line. And if you want to just have some fun with me, sometimes I'll have really experienced painters see if they can cut in a circle. So let's see how the old boss does here, painting in a circle. Who doesn't paint so much anymore? Uh-oh, I'm gonna lose it. Oh, I'm gonna get a run over my circle. Maybe. And you can just see how much control you can have with a brush freehand without tape. Of course, I'm on the road a lot estimating. Probably have had a brush in my hand, maybe 2 or 3 times in the last 6 months. Voila, there's your circle. Now just put a little tree here and make it happy, and just make it your own. Have a good day. I'm Jason with Matthews Painting.